Hello again. So let's return to Python and let's clear out some of this stuff. And now we'll talk about variables and data types. So we have a couple different data types. One being the string, which we saw a little bit of in the last video. The string is a series of different letters and symbols and characters that your program will basically just read as words. So for instance, print my name is Mr. Williams. This is, oh, forgot my quotation mark. That is type string. And if I print it, I get the sentence, my name is Mr. Williams. How can I tell it's type string? Maybe I don't know. Well, we can use the type function or type command thingy. So type and my name is Mr. Williams. And when I run this, I forgot I'm not in the interpreter. So what I need to do is put print around that. Or I'm not in, I forget what it's called. It's not script mode. It's like interactive mode. Now I run it, and it prints out that the class or type that I'm using is str, string. Okay. Well, what are some other types that exist? Well, we dealt with numbers last time. So how about, what is a 2, for instance? I'm going to run it. And we see we still get that first string, but now the second one is saying, it's a type int. Int stands for integer. Integer, as you may remember from math class, means a whole number. So any type of whole number is type int or integer. Okay, let's get rid of some of this stuff. We noticed we had decimals last time. So what are decimals? Are they something different? They can't be integers because they're not whole numbers. Well, let's run it. We see that's a class called float. This stands for a floating point number. This is basically just anything with a decimal. And from there, there's one other important one, which is the Boolean, which is if something's true or false, or it's called a bool or Boolean. True or false. Those are like logical values that we can use in programs, mostly for conditional statements, which we'll get to in a later video. Now, that's all fun. Now let's talk about variables. Variables are ways to store data so that our computer's like holding this information for us. So you have to name your variable. Kind of like how in algebra you would name a variable x or y. In Python, you can name it whatever you want. You can also do that in math, but typically you don't. In Python, you want to name your variables, I don't know, something like relevant, like my age. And in that case, it'd be 27. Now what this is saying is that I have a variable called my age that is equal to 27. And therefore, if I print the value of my age, it's going to print out a 27. And if I want to know what data type my age is, well, it's surely an integer, right? In fact, yes it is, because it's 27, an integer. Now, what else could I do? Well, I can modify my variable in different ways. So, for instance, the original value is going to be 27. Now, what if I said my age is equal to 35? Then I print it out again. My age. Run the program and I get 27, and then I get a 35. We started out at 27. We printed that value out. Now we have my age is 35, so it prints out my age. And we can even make it a little bit more clear. My age is, comma, and my age. And I'll do that in both of the print statements. So we run it. My age is 27. Then when we change it, my age is 35. Now let's try one more thing. We can do something called like a recursive statement where my age is going to refer to its own value. And I'm going to say my age is now equal to the value of my age plus 10. And I'm going to print it out. Now when I print it out, I get my age is 27, my age is 35, my age is 45. Because on line 9, my age is equal to the value of my age, which previously we said was 35, but added with 10. So now the new value of my age is 45. This is a very useful trick that is just used all the time in computing and programming. Now, variables don't just have to be integers. I can have a string variable such as my name. So my name is Mr. Williams. And now I can use this to, I don't know, come out with some sort of print statement like my name is. Now be careful with like my name as the literal text here versus my name the variable. They are different things. My name is the variable my name. And I am, comma, my age, comma, years old. Alright, so let's look at that. So this print statement says my name is, and it's going to print out the variable my name. And I am, my age, the value, the variable, years old. Run the program, get my name is Mr. Williams, and I'm 27 years old. So these are different ways we can sort of combine variables inside our print statements to make sentences, to make different things happen. Very basic stuff. Now, what else can I do? Well, something to note with strings is that I can say, well, I could multiply this string by 3. Now, what's going to happen with that? Well, intuitively, multiplication means multiplication by 3 means to increase the value by 3 times its original value. When we run it, we get Mr. Williams, Mr. Williams, Mr. Williams 3 times. That's interesting. Okay. So we can multiply strings and it'll just repeat itself however many number of times. From there, what's something else I could do? How about my name and I don't know, profession. So, what I'm gonna do for this, yeah, I mean, alright. So this is a new variable, my name and profession. I'm gonna set it equal to my name plus the string, and I am a math teacher. Now, when I print out the variable my name and profession, and I run it, it prints out the statement Mr. Williams and I am a math teacher. Now, the spacing's a little off, so what I can do is add a space here. And now it looks more like a sentence, Mr. Williams and I'm a math teacher. And to make it sound a little bit more nice, I'm going to say, my name is Mr. and then the variable. So, my name is Mr. Williams and I am a math teacher. So these are just different ways to play around. We can add. We notice in this variable, I took the my name variable, Mr. Williams, and I added the string I'm a math teacher. And I can put it together, but the original variable value of my name is going to remain unchanged because I did not modify the my name variable. I made a whole new variable, but with the value of my name in it. So if I run it, I get the my name is my name and profession variable, and then after that I get the original my name variable, which remains Mr. Williams. Hopefully that makes some amount of sense. A lot of this just takes practice. You gotta kind of work with stuff around, get used to it, play around with some stuff, but eventually it'll become like second nature.